Hello, what's up, everybody? Bad film critic again. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Netflix original film. Well, not necessarily new, um, newer, I guess, but yeah, I'm going to be talking about hashtag Alive. It's a Netflix original. It's kind of been getting some craze and some praise here lately, and so I watched it. I gave it a watch, and I'm here to talk about it. This was directed from a. It was a South. It's a South Korean film. Um, and I'm probably gonna butcher this, but I think the director's name is Cho the Second Hyung. I don't know. It's probably completely butchering it, so I apologize in advance. So this movie takes place in a. I'm assuming a place in Asia somewhere. Um, oh no, I just said it was South Korea. I'm an idiot. Takes place in South Korea. Um, I kind of like zombie movies. Zombie movies are kind of like a subgenre of horror. And the problem with these zombie movies is they've kind of come stagnant, as there's not much. You can't really diversify a zombie movie, right? It's kind of in a post-apocalyptic world. Zombies are attacking people, and that you can go kind of which way. You can kind of make a solo movie like 28 Days Later. You can make a kind of a group effort movie like Dead by Dawn of the Dead, I think it is. Both good movies. Train to Busan was also a very good one. I think that's maybe another South Korean film. I could be wrong, but so we haven't really seen a great zombie movie lately, and this I don't think this movie's great, but I do think it's okay, and I think it's a little different from what we've been seeing in the subgenre. It's there's a character named I don't know how to pronounce his name. So I really won't gonna try. If you watch it, you'll know it's the protagonist, and he just wakes up one day, and you get right in the thick of it. I mean, like not even 5 minutes in the movie, and it's already boom, zombies everywhere, and he's alone in his room, and he wakes up. Well, he's got his whole apartment, but it's a like a small studio apartment, and he's kind of up on one of these upper floors. It's like a 12-story building. It looks like something like that, and he's on one of the upper floors, and he's just alone, man, and it's good, and I really like it. It kind of deals with isolation, and but however, one thing that almost ruined the film for me was the voiceover, right? Because they're speaking in Korean, and they try to do a voiceover with English actors, and it was just, man, it was very tough, and it was very extremely close to ruining the movie for me. Because the thing is when you do voiceovers, I've I can't say they've never worked because I'm sure they have in a film or two, but I've personally never seen a film that a voiceover has worked. I am much more comfortable with having it be a foreign film that I have to read subtitles for. Apocalypto is a great film for that, right? The Native American movie, and if you've never seen that, it's on Tubi. Tubi's actually a free app. Go check that out. It's a great movie. Um, yeah, I'm much more comfortable, and I'm willing to take the time out to read subtitles if it's a good enough movie. And Alive is definitely a good enough movie. Like I said, it's not the best, it's not the greatest by any means, but it's a good movie. It's a fun movie to watch. You know, it's a perfect movie to watch with a new date on Netflix. It's literally the perfect. If you got a date, if you want a date night with your new love interest, boy or girl, go watch this movie. If you want to have a fun family night with like your kids that are in high school, go watch this movie. Even with your wife or your girlfriend, just watch it. It's fun to relax and sit and watch this movie. And there is um, some notable things to take away from this film. A lot of the cinematography is nice. It builds tension pretty well. Um, I don't think it doesn't necessarily rely on jump scares, although there are jump scares in this film. It doesn't rely on that. It kind of relies on the isolation and the fear and the panic of just being alone in a zombie apocalypse, a post-apocalyptic world. It's uh, it's a nice movie. And another big takeaway was the effects. It's really good effects though. Nice blood and gore, especially for a Netflix original. A lot of these times, these Netflix originals are real PG. Sometimes they're not. It's kind of weird. They're either like super PG or super not. But you've seen that with 365 and The Devil All the Time with Robert Pattinson and Tom Holland, and 365, the movie, the ripoff of 50 Shades of Grey, which I personally didn't like that movie. The 365, I liked 50 Shades of Grey. I didn't like 365. It was just a carbon copy, and Netflix just kind of butchered it. However, I like this Alive movie, but man, it's so close to ruining it with the voiceover. If there's a way in like settings I could have turned the voiceover off and just read subtitles, I would have done it, but I couldn't. Some of the acting and points are like kind of questionable, but it's a viable performance. It's good enough to get me through it. I sat and watched the whole thing. No, it wasn't. It didn't run stagnant at all. It's about an hour and a half of runtime, and it's just right to the point and to the end. Honestly, kind of it goes back to its old zombie movie stereotypical endings and plot points. But overall, it's definitely a viable watch. I liked it, I enjoyed it, and I recommend it. It's on Netflix, and I probably give it like a solid 7.5 out of 10. And that's it. See you guys.